Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So my name is Dr. Juliette Rohde Brown, and I'm the chair of the Integrative Therapy and Healing Practices specialization as part of the depth psychology program. It is my distinct privilege to welcome you to Pacifica Graduate Institute's commencement ceremony today, where we recognize our graduating class of 2026. Commencement is both a celebration and a ritual, a moment of pause, reflection, transition. Rooted in tradition, it marks not only the completion of a course of study, but the crossing of a threshold into new ways of being and your contributions to the world. At Pacifica, in our own threshold year for the Institute, celebrating our 50th anniversary, that journey that our students have gone on, we have asked much. The graduates have engaged deeply with psyche, with heart, with ideas, with one another, and with yourselves. So today we honor not only what you've achieved, but who you are, who you've become and are becoming, and what you bring to the world. So we're proud to share this moment with all of you who are here, family, friends, faculty, community, who've supported and inspired these graduates along the way. We witness, we celebrate this meaningful passage, and as we do so, I'd like to share a poem that seems appropriate for this time, and it's called Oceans by Juan Ramon Jimenez. And it goes like this. I have a feeling that my boat has struck down there in the depths against a great thing, and nothing happens. Nothing. Nothing happens? Or has everything happened? And are we standing now quietly in the new life? So graduates, you are standing in a new life now. Graduates of 2026. Thank you. I'd like to now invite Chumash Elder Art Cisneros to offer a Chumash blessing for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Juliet, and everyone here. It is my honor to represent the local indigenous community. They're still around. We're here, and thank you. The program calls for a blessing. I understand, I believe that a blessing is more than just for the moment. It's for forever. I'm going to share from my heartfelt desire to not only acknowledge all the graduates and all that you've accomplished in your time here, but your parents for supporting you and all those other wonderful friends that helped you get along and get you to this place. So I wanted to introduce you into my belief system, which begins literally, the spark in the great mystery in God, the divine consciousness, is the same spark in my heart, and it lives forever and ever and ever. Each of you is more than just this three-dimensional being. You're a spiritual being. You're an emotional being. And you can do amazing things when you realize your power. And so the blessing is an empowerment to make you realize all that you are, all that you came from. In the Chumash tradition, we believe that we came from our Mother Earth, but we also came from the sky people. We have an elder, you might say, that taught us the natural world and how to take care of it. So I'm going to invoke all that you are a part of, beginning with your ancestors and those beings off We call it our ancestors off planet. We have a long history. We all do. So join me in your own way, in your invitation to all those that have supported you, not only through this lifetime, but through previous lifetimes. You're here, and this is the beginning of another journey, as Juliet had mentioned. So, kokele nur ma te henno no yakti pakpawil antiki no yakti pakpawil tobet. No yakti pakpawil alapa akiwa ana I alish nakti pakpawil kotig cup. No yakti pakpawil mupu iktilimu alawa mahalawa. No yakti pakpawil nur ao o kote. Owaska. Sumasimako. Meditante. The blessing is health and happiness for everyone here, all of your relations, not just your family, but all those that you were related to here, the faculty that supported you, and all your cohorts. You're all part of the same family, and I acknowledge that. The last word, walk in peace. Be the expression of peace in whatever you think, say, or do. In the work that you've chosen to do to help others in distress and to help others to see more light, you are an exemplary example of a good human being, an open heart, and a willingness to share that heart with all that come in front of you. So I'm very grateful to offer this blessing. Kokele nur ma ute henno. Kweme, may it please you.
I'm Dr. Theon Gordon, Interim President of Pacifica Graduate Institute. I want to welcome you to Pacifica Graduate Institute's 2026 commencement ceremony. What a joy to gather together during Pacifica's 50th anniversary year and to celebrate each of you sitting here today. Graduates, families, loved ones, friends, faculty, staff, trustees, distinguished guests, alumni, and members of the Pacifica community joining us today. Welcome. Graduates, we are incredibly proud of you. You chose a path that asks more of you than simply earning a degree. You chose a journey of reflection, courage, curiosity, and transformation. Somewhere between the papers, dissertations, residencies, late nights, and moments where you've wondered, why did I sign up for this? Something shifted in you. Pacifica has a way of doing that. Because Pacifica has never only been about information. It's about formation and becoming, and about learning not just how to think, but how to listen. To yourself, to others, and to the world around you. Pacifica invites people into deeper reflection, meaningful dialogue, imagination, and purpose. And now, you leave here carrying that forward into the world, into classrooms, therapy rooms, organizations, communities, films, books, businesses, ministries, and conversations that matter. At Pacifica, we often say we are tending the world through deeper understanding and human connection. And honestly, the world could use a little more of that tenderness right now. as you become compassionate leaders, healers, educators, artists, storytellers, and truth tellers. Lead with wisdom and humanity. Today, while we celebrate what you've accomplished, we are equally celebrating who you are becoming. And trust me, we are very happy you chose Pacifica. And now, it is my privilege to introduce someone who truly needs no introduction here at Pacifica, Dr. Stephen Eisenstadt. Dr. Eisenstadt is the founding president of Pacifica Graduate Institute and a seminal figure in the development of depth psychology education in the United States. A professor of depth psychology with a PhD in clinical psychology, he is also a licensed marriage and family therapist and a credentialed public school teacher and counselor, roles that reflect a lifelong dedication to education, healing, and human development. One of the things I've always appreciated about Dr. Eisenstadt, or Steve as I call him, is that he understands the power of story. Not just the stories we tell, but the stories we live. The stories hidden in dreams, imagination, relationships, nature, and the quiet moments that shape who we become. His pioneering contributions to dream work, articulated in his books Dream Tending and The Imagination Matrix, have expanded the field. In many ways, Steve's story and Pacifica's story are deeply intertwined. His vision created a place where people could ask bigger questions about meaning, purpose, healing, and the human experience. And 50 years later, he started when he was 5. That vision is still alive in every one of our graduates, in every one of you. He built more than an institution of learning. He built a space where people could become more fully themselves, and where generations of students, just like you, could discover the depth and richness of their own journey. Please join me in warmly welcoming our founder, teacher, visionary, and cherished member of the Pacifica family, Dr. Stephen Eisenstadt.
Thank you, Dr. Gordon, or as I like to say, Theon. Yes, I have prepared remarks, and to something else is happening, which usually does, right? Just being with you all, mingling, the joy and the heartfelt, soulful presence that's here now. I just want to make sure we acknowledge, embrace, and enjoy. It's wonderful to be with you. So you've heard now 3 times over, this graduation has special significance for our community. The Institute's 50th anniversary, we've come together to celebrate and the accomplishments and the courage of these graduates. 5 decades ago, we came together and founded a community counseling center in the times of the Vietnam War. Much of our service was with people affected by the trauma of those times. Through the years, sadly, there have been many wars. On this Memorial Day weekend, we remember and offer gratitude to our veterans and their families. And let's just take a moment and do that in the way that we can. All right. At this graduation, I want to briefly honor the past, engage the present, and listen to the pull of the future, particularly for you all who are graduating today. In honoring the past, each of our graduates chose a school that is rooted in the teachings of our elders, those courageous women and men who used the depth psychological traditions. Their dedication to scholarship and to the generative psyche offered the fertile loam from which we grew. Let's take a moment and name a few of our elders whose work these graduates tended. Carl Jung, yes. Marion Woodman, yes. James Hillman, Joseph Campbell, Maria Gambudis, Maya Angelou, Lionel Corbett, Christine Downing, and indigenous elders from diverse cultures worldwide, and so many others, right? So those elders that are with you right now, let's offer our gratitude and appreciation. Also, as many of you have heard, just a week or so ago, Jean Houston passed. And for some of us, she was so integral in our lives. Pacifica's programs, our programs, are infused with their teachings. Their contributions awaken what is alive in the human spirit, the animating spark that nourishes soul, and not just the human soul, but the soul in and of the world. As Plato offered, the work is to reenact the world soul in one's life. The work is to reenact the world soul, that calling in one's life. I am deeply touched by what has evolved at Pacifica over these years, and too, what has remained just so. Our continuing commitment to welcoming and listening to the call of psyche. Now engaging the present. From the beginning, you all, the script says these graduates, but how can I say that when you're here? From the beginning, you all took a different path, walked a road less traveled. You summoned the courage to follow your unique calling. Isn't that curious? Theon picked up on that very same point, right? The courage to follow your unique calling. Joseph Campbell said, "We must let go of the life we have planned so as to accept the one that is waiting for us." Gosh, remember back the first day in your first class at Pacifica? Do you remember that moment? Are you kidding me? We must let go of the life we have planned so as to accept the one that is waiting for us. How many people took a deep breath that first hour or two, went, what the what have I gotten myself into? But yours is an education defined by more than credit hours, echoing, Scanton tests, memorization of content, or an over-reliance on AI. For these graduates, the path they walk is rooted in the intelligence of imagination. The intelligence of imagination. Through your blood, sweat, and tears, you have learned the craft of critical inquiry, intellectual curiosity, clinical praxis, and the courage to innovate. Let me go underline that. The courage to innovate. Yes? Please, please, please sustain that courage. Innovation. That's what the world may be asking of us now. Their work, your work, in the world embodies the wisdom and the calling of a depth psychological approach, as Dr. Gordon was naming. Your research projects, clinical applications, artistic renderings, and so much more are truly extraordinary. I wish we had time to name them all. Do we? We could start here and we'd be here 4 days. So, extraordinary what you're doing in the world, truly. Now let's listen to the call of the future. It is not business as usual for those who are graduating today. Rather, they bring back and announce the promise of the new. In a world becoming overtaken by environmental crisis, increasing poverty, continuing warfare, and their overuse of artificial intelligence, something different is being asked. We know the list. Something different is being asked, right? As an aside, I'll put my finger right there. I am, as many are, concerned about AI and the direction that's moving. I know Pacifica has extraordinary talent, and faculty and staff and the board are coming together, students, now you alumni, to really bring this into consideration. It's so important for us to really be with this one. Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, sounds the alert. Within 2 years, machines will be programming machines. Within 6 years, there will be computers smarter than the sum of human intelligence. The real danger, he tells, is the loss of our humanity. Oh, I hate reading that. And then I watch my grandchildren and experience the actuality of the world they're living in. Or go out to dinner at a restaurant and see everybody on the cell phone, and on it goes, you know. You know, that's funny, because several days ago in preparing for the speech, you know, you get the news feeds, and Eric Schmidt made that statement and got a little pushback. So he then went and offered another address at a graduation, similar to this, and he started to bestow the importance of AI and the new possibility, and went off on that route. Seriously, the graduates stood up and booed him off the stage. Can you imagine that? Booed him off the stage. Then, following, 2 other speakers did the same thing. Of course, we're in the Valley now, you know, Stanford, Silicon Valley, the whole thing. They were doing the same and talking about the marvel and the magic of the new possibility and what's available. They too were booed off the stage. So I'm not going to talk to you about the virtues of AI. You might boo me off the stage for something else, but it will not be on artificial intelligence. All right. For me, keeping our humanity alive in an increasingly tech world requires protecting and nurturing imagination and sustaining our interaction with the natural world, particularly in our children and in family life. Now, I'm working with a group of graduates from Pacifica. Story time. Story, experience. All the, quote, toys, end quote, are made of natural, you know, wood, no plastics. Amazing what's happening. The gig is to engage the family, mom, dad, caregiver, and teachers in the activities that these kids are moving. The main character is Weo. So welcome to Weo's world. Pay attention. He's coming to you soon. Now back to the graduates. You see, no, I can't do that yet. we're not going to get rid of technology. That's silly. And AI does have some possibility. It's just that with imagination and our humanity, to connect in a different way so we can co-create with one another, I think that's what's being asked. That will be your challenge more than anything else. How do we engage that process? Really. And at the same time, sustaining our sense of being and our sense of imagination. The very reasons why we're here today, what we've cultivated in ourselves and with one another. I think that's what's really being asked for now. And I know the work of the people behind me and the faculty and many of you are really taking this so seriously and really tending to the new possibilities, the possibilities that I think are really important. So I say, what you all are doing, with ingenuity and innovation awaken, you are emerging leaders, the pull of the future, dare to say no to the takeover by an artificial superintelligence. No to the politics of oppression and greed. No to outdated systems of soulless psychology. And no to nutritional and environmental depletion. That's what we're saying no to. Please. It's really simple. N-O. No. On the other hand, these graduates are saying yes. Yes to a new dream just now revealing. Yes to the soul sparks alive in each of us. Yes to the diversity of all being, and yes to a life force beyond the commercial. A force of character rooted in our humanity and in the beautiful. As poet Rumi says, let the beauty we love be what we do. Let the beauty we love be what we do. So in sum, these graduates, you all, carry the seeds of an ensouled imagination. Oh gosh, let's let that. The seeds of an ensouled imagination. As renowned scholar and United Nations consultant Adana Shiva, another of Pacifica's elders, reminds us, caring for the natural world begins with saving the bees. Bzz, bees. They are the pollinators. I love when she came to Pacifica. I've seen her in a number of places, including the UN. Oh my gosh, her capacity, her elegance, her capability. The natural world, caring for the natural world begins with saving the bees. They are the pollinators. My friends, to all of you, your friends, your parents, the little ones in the audience, these graduates are the pollinators of an evolving, soul-centered future. The Pacifica dream, her soul body, anima mundi colende gratia, lives in their hearts, through their work, their passion, and in their depths, in your depths. So now I want to speak just to you all for a moment. I don't know about you, but what I've found to do something of this nature is really hard if we're trying to do it alone. Do you know what I'm saying? It's almost impossible, to be honest. I mean, that's why what happened in the classroom and with your friends and colleagues, you were together. Something different happened. You could support each other. You could cry with each other. You could celebrate like we're going to be doing today with one another. It's so helpful. Ritual happens when we're together with one another. Right? And that's what we need to do. We need to sustain community. And when I say community, I mean the inner community and the outer community. We are blessed to be here at Pacifica because when I say the words the inner community, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, the beloved, the imaginal entities, our soul companions, taking the time to tend their presence, a praxis perhaps every day or every other day, listening in, saying, hey, I'm graduating. Thank you. Thank you. You know what I mean, right? Yes, the muses. Thank you. And our outer community. Look at who we are. This community, right? And you will be with one another now for years, if not decades, if not a lifetime to come. You will be. You'll be sharing cases. You'll be working on art projects. You'll be writing new novels and books. I mean, it will be as important to sustain the outer community as well. Inner community, outer community, and let me leave with you with this. As life goes on, please remember, right, to keep curiosity alive, to sustain the resource that's required to fulfill our vision, right? That's going to be a challenge. And know, when the challenging times come, there is a home place. There is home. Home lives inside, and two, home lives with our friends and family, and you will always have a home to come back to. You will always have a touchstone. You will always be a member, a family member of this place, Pacifica Graduate Institute. So as you travel outward, hey, sustain your relationship with home. Hey, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to be with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I said something about tears, didn't I? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Stephen Eisenstadt. We are almost there, everyone. I'm Laura Lee Scott. I'm Interim Provost at Pacifica Graduate Institute, and I'd like to share just a few things with you in the next couple of minutes before our graduates prepare to come forward. It's interesting, starting with Juliet to Theon to Steve, there is a common thread that has been weaving through every single presentation. I've been back here on the platform listening. It was unrehearsed. It was not planned. It was not pre-choreographed. That's how psyche works, right? There's a common theme this afternoon that's talking about the courage to step it over a threshold, across a threshold, into a world that in many ways is hurting and is looking for a way forward. We're here today in a liminal space, in this threshold moment. It is a place between two worlds where you look back at what you have been and you look forward at what you are about to become. It's that place where perhaps you exchange the names your past has given you for the name your future destiny is calling you to. In meeting with prospective students, I often talk with them, and you've heard this already in some of what Steve shared and what Theon shared, but I often talk with them about what will Pacifica ask you to say yes to. You sit here today knowing very well what Pacifica has asked you to say yes to. I'm curious if at the beginning of that journey you were aware of all that would be asked of you, because this is how psyche and soul works. You are stepping into a world, we live in a world that is wanting to define education as primarily vocation and measure its value based primarily on a paycheck. You are graduating from an institute that began with a dream that has asked you to say yes to a depth-oriented education. An education that aligns the rigor of academic scholarship and clinical training with the intuitive epistemologies of the creative unconscious. Pacifica has asked you to say yes to the realization, as Abraham Heschel writes, that we are citizens of two realms. We all must sustain a dual allegiance. We sense the ineffable in one realm, we name reality in another. And I believe your journey at Pacifica has encouraged you, taught you to bring those worlds together. Today, you will step into this world not only with a degree, a title, a vocation, but you will step into this world as someone who's had the courage to say yes to a journey into the depths. Any of you gone into the depths and getting this degree? Yeah. You bear the marks, and today you're going to earn the degree for that journey. And today you emerge not only with the rigor of scholarship, creativity, clinical training that Pacifica's amazing faculty have offered and have poured into you, but you emerge with the lived understanding of what it means to be a citizen of two realms. So today I ask you to pause in this threshold moment. Take a breath and reflect on the moments that have marked your soul. Recognize all that you have said yes to and courageously determine that as you leave this place, you will continue to say yes to what psyche, what soul will ask of you as you step through and across this threshold into a world that I believe is harboring and a hunger for something that it cannot name. It senses the contours of a connection to something deeper that it knows is both more elusive and yet more real. It haunts in dreams, it compels into the depths, and yet it's struggling to find its way forward. Today, you walk across this threshold into a world that harbors a desperate longing for what it doesn't yet recognize and can't yet name. You are going to be leading us into the future in that world. So thank you and congratulations. We will now begin the presentation of our graduates. So at this time, we are going to ask that the first 4 rows of graduates in this section please rise and remain standing, and you'll follow the direction of the ushers. As interim provost, it is my honor to present the first graduate of Pacifica Graduate Institute's class of 2026, who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Depth Psychology with a specialization in somatic studies, Quinn Hahn. Quinn's dissertation title is Somatic Depth Exploration via Performing the Butterfly Lover's Violin Concerto, a performance autoethnography study.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Mary Antonia Wood. I am the chair of Pacifica's Depth Psychology and Creativity program with emphasis in the arts and humanities. And it's my pleasure to begin introducing to you today the wildly creative, the deeply soulful students, graduates of Track X. Beginning with this one here, Lindsley Brooks Ritchie.
Thank you.
Caden Julia Cloak. Stacy Maria Futa. Jarrell Smith. Suvi Westerberg Niles. Renee Canaday. Jenny Marie Lillidahl. Kelsey Erickson. Catherine Jones. Ash Alexandria Sierra. And now I'd like to invite my colleague, Dr. Juliet Rhodey Brown, to return to the podium.
It is my pleasure to introduce you to these graduates from the Integrative Therapy and Healing Practices specialization in the Depth Psychology program, and to honor these graduates. So I will start with Hollis and Dowdy. And come up, let me, right here. And the dissertation is The Embodied Numinous, a Depth Psychological Approach to the Sacred. Andrea Marie Stark, an absent archetype, a missing mirror, unearthing the liminal archetypal feminine of the preteen girl. Lakeisha Akinke Lucas, reclaiming the Afro-divine feminine, an autoethnography of healing intergenerational trauma among Ojiji Black foster care children. Pablo Martinez, the archetypal metamorphosis of the Aztecs, the impact of the Spanish invasion on the Mexican psyche, and the father archetype, Pablo N. Martinez. Eduardo Viesca, liberating the Menton clerics, decolonizing the wounded healer, engaging in a dialogue between decolonial and Jungian studies via Anzaldúa. Manuel Cruz Dominguez, Jr., our inner healing intelligence, the self-archetypal and soul retrieval. Melody Allen Sandoval, the intersection of ancestral knowledge and epigenetics in romantic relationships.
Thank you.
Jan Wheatgens, dancing with the elephant in the room, archetypal dynamics in organizations. And now it's my pleasure to introduce faculty member Dr. Evans Lansing Smith.
That was my name, so I won't say it again. I'm a professor of mythological studies, the only such program in the United States to offer a multidisciplinary, multicultural curriculum with emphases in depth psychology, literature in the arts, and religious studies. It's my distinct pleasure today to present this year's graduates and to celebrate their extraordinary achievement. The MA candidates having completed 20 courses and the PhD candidates 30 over a 3-year period, more or less, with as many papers for each, plus a minimum of 30,000 pages of reading, and while traveling back and forth from families, beloved friends, employers, once a month, leading into the years devoted to the completion of their dissertation. So it's a rather extraordinary journey they've all been on. Discipline, courage, perseverance, all the classical virtues. I'll begin with the master's degrees. Mila Jewett Espeleza Spencer. Caitlin Bond Murray.
Congratulations.
Natalie Pearson. Out there, I see. I don't see Chris here. Christopher Willis, and there are other names on the program that are not here. So I'm going to read now the names of the PhD candidates along with their dissertation titles. And I'm not seeing Amanda Barton, so I'll skip over Amanda. Oh, there you are. Come on up here. Come on up here, girl.
There you go.
And the title of her dissertation, Diabolical Musings in Alchemical Psychodiscourse with the Daimon over the Satanic Individuation Process. Next, I'll introduce Eric Gustafsson, Corporate Mythology and How Telling Stories in the Workplace develops the organizational culture. He's good at that. And then finally, with great pleasure, to introduce Tosin A. James, his dissertation on the IFA corpus as guideposts on the hero journey through the psychic underworld, an in-depth study of a forest of 1,000 demons, a hunter's saga, a tale from the Yoruba tradition.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's my pleasure now to introduce Susan James.
Good afternoon. I am Susan James and chair of the Community Liberation, Indigenous, and Eco-Psychology's specialization in depth psychology. And I'm so honored to announce these doctoral graduates. First is Tiara Patterson. Dissertation is Imagining Care Beyond the System, Diverse Perspectives on the Los Angeles Foster Industrial Complex from Lived and Professional Experience. Next is Catherine Ann Robinson. Dissertation is titled Toward a New Metaphysics of Political Struggle, Explorations into Abolitionist Subjectivities. And Brianna Danielle Johnson. Black American Women's Labor and Mental Health in the United States. Now I'm so pleased to announce Dr. Dylan Francisco, co-chair of Jungian and Archetypal Studies in Depth Psychology.
It's my extraordinary honor to announce both the masters and my actually colleague, Dr. Saffron Rossi, will share the announcement. I'll pass to her in a moment for some of the PhD graduates. So again, my name is Dr. Dylan Francisco, announcing the graduates for the Jungian and Archetypal Studies specialization in the Depth Psychology program. Starting with Sharon Lavelle.
Thank you.
Naima Sears. Excuse me. Our master's graduates. Now for our PhD students. Rebecca Gaia Abraxas Migdal, Intention and Spontaneity, Authenticity, and the Creative Process. Olivia Vargas, Emergent, Non-Dogmatic Religion, a Jungian Analysis of Mysticism and the Religious Function. Aranka, Vijay Israni. The World in a Word, a Study in the Language of the Self. Margaret Ann Mendenhall. Healing Science Fiction, Engaging Star Trek to Explore Jungian Psychology and Autism. I will pass things to my colleague, Dr. Saffron Rossi.
Kevin Andrew Kell. A Crossroads of Place and Time, a Terrapsychological Inquiry of Mount Forest Island. Yasha A. Wagner. Revisioning Alchemy, Archetypal Elements of Transmutation. Elizabeth Walls.
Thank you. I have an offering to your support.
Circumambulating Chiron's Dreams, Depth Psychological Illumination of Unconscious Material in a Therapeutic Community. Elliot Morgan, Kairos of the Trickster, Intimations of America's Emerging Archetype. Erica Lee Rainey, Lonesome Heroes, Individualism and Individuation in America. Rachel McCamey, From Sexual Instinct to Archetypal Longing, Women's Psychological Development and the Erotic. Charles Morris, Imaginal Yoga, a practical bridge to re-enchantment. Amy Bucciarelli, The Archetypal Foundations of Kellogg's Great Round of Mandala, Integrating Jungian Psychology and Art Therapy. Kirsten Michelle Kinsley, The Remembrance of Sophia, an alchemical hermeneutical approach to the poem Thunder, Perfect Mind. And I'd like to now introduce the chair of the clinical psychology, Dr. Chris Scaglione.
I'm actually one of 3 chairs. We have to stay busy with these guys. I first introduce the master's students. There it is. Need my glasses. Give me a sec. Excellent. Courtney Michelle Heisler. Megan Sprague. Sophia Goldberg.
Thank you.
Sahil Kubavat. Jacob Cherdak. Jacqueline Olson. Maricela Jara. Kara McAuliffe. Kayla Falk. Allison Furlati. Kathleen Kao. Ryan Guillory. Jamie Blauvelt. Fellow Canadian Caleb Kostanuk.
Thank you.
Madeline Nathaus. And now for our PhD students. Brianda Lima de Castro. Cultural Complexes in Sand Play Therapy, an Interpretive Phenomenological Analysis. Welcome. Kate Beauchesne, Illness Dreams, Interpreting Clinical Approaches from Greek Antiquity to Modernity. Ariel Avisar, Song for Psyche, exploring the lived experiences of clinicians that use songwriting, recording, and performance with adults in mental health treatment. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Maria Bloomfield, Awakening the Dragons, the heroine's journey to motherhood as illuminated by Game of Thrones. Sophia Nagornaya Wilson, wounded healer, listening to the ways clinicians work with their wounding and countertransference in therapy. Sierra Dawn Warren, tending the embodied soul, exploring the integration of psyche and soma with the support of psilocybin. Mars McRae, Aging with Dignity, something we could all learn. Aging with Dignity, rethinking the mental health support in assisted living facilities. Molly Bremner, Recovering the Soul of Autism, the cultural implication of othering the autistic experience. Sansaish Morta, healing indigenous communities through language revitalization, the effects of Lingit language acquisition on mental health, reversing acculturation, and addressing racism in Southeast Alaska. Philip Siroy Garrity, Bright Abyss, Christian Mysticism, Jungian Psychology, and Psychedelic-Assisted Therapy for End-of-Life Patients. Nicholas Anthony Furnari, Tenacious Absurdity, Obsessional Phenomena, the Therapeutic Alliance, and Intensive Short-Term Dynamic Therapy. Chaim Rochester, Strange Territory, Spatiotemporal Displacement in Borderline Personality Disorder. Dante Spencer, exploring emotional experience and psychotherapeutic change in intensive short-term dynamic psychotherapy for treatment-resistant anxiety. Charlotte Patrina Watley, The Effects of Whiteness on Mental Health Service of African Americans in the USA. Sorry. Desiree Ingram Garcia, Exploring the Role of Dreams in Psychological Healing, an Alchemical Hermeneutic Approach. Welcome. Katrina Marie Davidson, Searching the Soul, the Capacity of Forgiveness. Noreen Louise Agurbide, Pathways to Freedom, a qualitative study of participant perspectives on the Freedom to Choose project. Haley Perez. Welcome. Exploring the impact of pet relationships on older adults' well-being. Welcome. Carlos Manuel Flores, The Rite of Initiation in the San Gabriel Mountains. Please welcome next the co-chairs of the Counseling Psychology Department, Jacqueline Dielgat and Angie Hensley.
All right, I'm Dr. Jacqueline Delgat, one of the co-chairs of the Counseling Psychology Department, and today we will be, thank you all, today we will be starting with our PsyD graduates, and it's with extra excitement to get to introduce them to all of you today. They are the first cohort to graduate when the PsyD moved into the Counseling Department. Okay, and first up we have Maxine Lee Bond, Healing Through the Expressive Arts, Acting and the Treatment of Trauma. Rowan Octavia Lamo, Gravity and Grace, a Depth Psychological Response to Ecological Grief. Melanie McMillan, The Rape of Persephone, an exploration of trauma and the schizoid psyche. Jackie Ryman, Chosen Therapist, Fostering a Sense of Belonging Within the Therapeutic Relationship with Bi-Plus Identified Patients. Adrian Grenadosin Deans, Decolonizing the Depth Psychological Approach to Counseling Psychology in Service of the Filipino American Diaspora. Christine Berger, Psychological Recovery from Religious Cult Defenses, a Feminist and Interpretive Hermeneutic Perspective. Thank you. Sean Crotty, Phenomenological Study on Efficacy of Native American Healing Practices to Treat Anxiety, Depression, and PTSD. Evan Reese Haynes, Invoking the Soul of Psychology, Theurgy as a Framework for Psychedelic-Assisted Psychotherapy. David Derrick, Traumatic Sanctity, a Necessary Myth for the Contemporary Transformative Ritual. Christopher Mendoza, Uncovering the Soul Wounds of War, a Depth Psychological Path to Healing. Okay, and Dr. Angie Hensley, co-chair of Counseling Psychology, will be introducing the MAC track.
Courtney Clevenger. Mia Mickey. Christy Smith. Dr. Elizabeth Flood. Christelle Devani. DeVitt. Amanda Howell. Christy Reyes. David Lerman. Ness Batico. Michael Waldman. Sarah Wiener. Scott Yorko. Anya Svensson. Somia Murthy. Mariana Sanovaya. Marina Sanovaya. Robert Chad Sykes. Dylan Kaufman Obsler. Edward Suprenant. April Fritz. William Nicolaides. Sarah Simpson Jones. Chrissy Wallstrom. Elizabeth Hibbard. Lauren Van Orsdale. Nathan Witzel. Stephanie Becerril. Courtney Thickthorn.
Okay, and this will be our MA Track D students. Richard Priest. Emily Patterson. Diane Rochelle Engel. Caitlin Elizabeth Joseph. Story of my life, I gotta slow down a little bit. Mariana or Kenny. Sarah Evelyn Wright. Chloe Fuller. Sarah Pines. Shauna Zarian. Maggie Shauna Zarian. My bad. Catherine Taylor Davis. Jessica Lee Donahue. Walter Liss. Wade Gask. Nicola Diane Barone. Aaron Fay.
Lotte Machado de Stapler.
Gabriela Lopez Machado de Souza. Patel Kebobadran. Jules White. Amali Weil. Darko Blazic.
And the Trackmaster students. Salvador Verduzo Ramos. Heather Taylor Lively. Micah Dyer. Nathaniel Jeffrey Mills. Chris Orwig. Zach Holes. Scott Croha. Sarah Mary Costella. Jessica Cambridge Foster. Rachel McBrien. Eric Metzger. Linnea Pearson. Lindsay Michelle Burge. Stephanie Palumbo. Rebecca Krumbacher. Rachel Sturmer. Orit Werner. and W-Track Master's Program. Tamara Yates. Erica Trice. Christy Schmidt. Chloe Picton. Olivia Garner. Talia White. Justin Elliott Cardwell. Taylor Nailassi. Genevieve Knott. Jeremy Sosensko. Alexis Raphael. Melissa Sobin. Spencer Scudder. Dakota Parmalee. Elizabeth Waring.
I have the pleasure of introducing the clinical PsyD students Clinical PsyD students, which will come up and receive their diplomas.
Nori, shall I say my name? Who's got Miss for flag?
Okay. This is Noreen. Her full name was offered before, so I'll just introduce first names. Noreen.
Clinical.
Clinical. Clinical PsyD.
Dr. Ingram Garcia.
Let me introduce to you, to receive her clinical PsyD diploma, Desiree.
Katrina.
And let me introduce to you, to receive her clinical PsyD degree, diploma, Desiree? No, Katrina. Katrina.
My name is Charlotte, and I was told my eyes were closed, and I was in the PhD program, so to get the picture now. Okay, thank you. Charlotte? Okay.
Let me introduce to you Charlotte, who's going to receive her diploma. Charlotte.
Okay. Well, that was pretty wonderful. Amazing. We have some amazing graduates in the room. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Oh, wow. Okay. I understand this is a rowdy group, so let me bring you back to order. We now arrive at the culminating moment of this commencement ceremony, the conferring of degrees. I know you thought that already happened. Not quite. You have to behave for a little bit longer. Following the turning of the tassels and your well-deserved applause, which we kind of did ahead of time, our graduates will formally recess from the ballroom. We ask our families and friends to please keep their aisles clear until the recessional is complete. Remember, that means stay seated until the recessional is complete. After the ceremony, graduates may return for photos. Please return your gowns and pick up your diploma before joining the champagne reception outside in the plaza, where we will officially welcome you into the global community of Pacifica alumni. You're going to be alumni. Yes. We hope your relationship with Pacifica continues for a lifetime. Okay, are we ready? Will the candidates for master's and doctoral degrees please rise if you are able? By the authority vested in me by the Pacifica Graduate Institute Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon each of you the master's or doctoral degree you have earned, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Please remove your tassels from the right side to the left side of your cap. May the tassel now resting closer to your heart remind you that your education at Pacifica was meant not only to inform your mind, but also to guide your purpose in the world. Graduates, please turn and face the audience. It is my honor to present the Pacifica Graduate Institute class of 2026. Congratulations!